Welcome to my channel. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming to my channel, for watching my videos, for subscribing to my channel, for liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. I really do appreciate it, and I'm amazed by the traffic. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, which in my wildest dreams I never would have thought would have happened. It just blows my mind. So I want you to know before you get into this video that I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you keep coming back, and I'm thankful that you have subscribed. Today I want to talk about incentives. You know what this is? It looks like a roll of blue plastic, doesn't it? But what it really is a positive incentive. I live in the city of Richardson in Texas. And for many years now, the city of Richardson has had a recycle program. And in order to encourage recycling, they provide us with free blue bags. You put your plastic and your cans in those bags and you set them out each week for the trash people to pick up, the recycling people. And then those are the results of those collections are sold to a company that does recycling. I don't know if the city makes any money on the program or not, but they've had it going on for a long time. I actually look forward to getting those blue bags because they're free. That's an incentive. And it incentivizes me to recycle. If you make it difficult for me to recycle, then I probably won't, even though I am pro recycling. But if you make it easy, like the city of Richardson does, then I'm going to take advantage of it, and I'm going to recycle. What's my point? This is how life works. Every human being on the face of the earth is motivated by incentives, either positive or negative. When someone is motivated by positive incentives, they are more likely to respond to them positively. That's what happens with the Blue Bags Recycle program in the city of Richardson. But think about, for example, the United States welfare system that says a woman can't get money from the government for welfare unless there's no man living in the home. So what's the incentive? To get rid of the man. Is that really what we want to incentivize? If she has additional children, we give her additional money. What does that incentivize? Having more kids. Not everyone's going to think this way, but some people will think, if I have another kid, I can get X amount of money additional from welfare. And so there are actually people who have lots and lots of kids because they can make more money. They don't think of the children as children, they think of them as income. And why do they do this? Because that's the way the system is set up. That's the way it incentivizes them. So my suggestion to you is to think about what the incentives are behind the programs that your local government has implemented, and then ask yourself, are these positive incentives or negative incentives? Or are they perverse incentives? Here's an article about the state of California. At one time, because of welfare reform that was sweeping the nation, the state of California started refusing extra welfare to moms who have more children. So as they have more children, they don't get more money. Well, of course, they decided that was a bad idea. So they changed it. says opponents have long lambasted family caps as cruel and rooted in demeaning stereotypes about women in poverty. They also point to a wealth of academic research suggesting that these laws actually don't affect family planning decisions for mothers on welfare. Well, I would question that academic research, frankly, because I think there's evidence that shows that if you incentivize having more children because you get more money from the state, then some people will have more children. Not all people, but some people. So the things that we incentivize in our governments make a big difference in the lives of people. This is an article about perverse incentives of public programs. I'm going to put links to all of these in the description so that you can read them. But what I want to encourage you to do today is to look at the programs that your local government has and ask yourself, how are they incentivizing the citizens of your city or your town? What are they incentivizing them to do? Here's an example. Says SAMSET in 2003, that's a research study, argued that to be truly successful, projects must perform well tactically and strategically, not just operationally. In recent years, several authors have heightened the importance of taking a holistic and big picture perspective on projects. They've also highlighted the crucial role of the front-end phase of projects. This is the stage when the project is justified and key assumptions are made. Poor project ideas can also be screened out at no cost at this stage. However, in practice, the acceptance of a project concept at this early stage may be almost impossible to reverse due to the expectations it generates. Think about welfare. One researcher used the term lock-in to describe the situation in which decision makers are de facto committed before the formal decision to build. So basically, they set up a project with certain goals in mind, and their motivations are, shall we say, generous. They want to be helpful. They want to lift people out of poverty. And so they set up a program to help them by providing them with money. But they don't think about how they're incentivizing them. So our welfare system for decades now has incentivized women to leave their male partner. And the end result has been that we have a very high rate of single-family homes within the welfare system, because that's what we incentivized. What if, instead of incentivizing that, we incentivize the male to stay in the home? In other words, if a male remains in the home, or if there is a male in the home will get more money. And then what if we also incentivize them to get off of welfare by saying to them, for every dollar that you earn on a job, we'll reduce your welfare benefits by 50 cents. Not by a dollar, by 50 cents. So you can still get welfare benefits up to a certain threshold. But the welfare benefits would end up being a supplement to your income to help you get over the hump. It's something to think about, huh? How are governments incentivizing their citizens? And in what ways are those incentives perverse? In what ways do they destroy people's people's will to get off of welfare or to get out of the situation they're in? In what ways do they cause them to want to stay and remain in a system that impoverishes them, which is what welfare does? It impoverishes people. It doesn't get rid of poverty. It keeps them in poverty. So what I would encourage you to do, again, is to go look at your local government, your town, your city, your county, and look at the programs that they have and ask yourself, what are they incentivizing? What would I do, or what would an average person do if they were offered the benefits that your government is offering? And how would that impact you long term? And then think of ways to turn your incentives into positives, or to change the incentives to be positives, like the Blue Bag program, so that more people will recycle rather than less. It's all about what motivates you. And people are incentivized. You can ask economists about this. Every economist will tell you that incentives are behind much of human behavior, both positive and negative. So, again, I'll put these links in the description. You can go read the articles for yourself. Give some thought to what incentives are available for you from your local governments. And who knows, maybe together we could change the world. As always, I pray that you will be abundant, that you will live a long life, and that you'll be healthy, and that God will keep you safe. I pray that He'll do the same for every person that you love. And I pray that you will be anxious for nothing, but in all things, through prayer and supplication, you'll let your requests be made known to God. And the peace that passes all understanding will keep your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.